Hello, I'm Dylan Grinder,
I'm Summer.
and this is Really Playing Games, the show where we play games. Really. But before we play games, really or otherwise, hold on, let me click into this game for a second so it's on screen. Okay. How you been? It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been vibing. Vibing
Nothing
away.
happened.
Nothing. Nothing at all. So much happened. The thing is, it's like, so usually when I talk about like me and like my streams and stuff,
Yep.
it doesn't feel like bragging. It just feels like
Yeah.
me talking about stuff that's happening. But if I talk about this past like 2 weeks, it feels like bragging,
Yeah,
Dylan.
it does.
And I kind of hate that, but it's
What?
exciting and I want to talk about it, but it also feels like bragging, and so it's just kind of like,
You should brag on
yay.
yourself all the time, forever. All the bragging. You have much to brag about.
It was just a crazy couple weeks and a lot changed for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all good stuff, but it really feels like me just being like,
Look at how
like,
well everything's going.
look at me, suckers.
Look, Summer,
Yeah,
can I be honest with you?
I'd love you to be honest with me.
I $3,000 is kind of a lot of money. But on top of that, no. If I can be honest, like I feel like for the past, I don't know, 6 months probably, most of our intros have been like, I'm tired, I've been working too much, I'm sick, everything's terrible. So like, it's not bad to come in here and be like, things are going well. For anyone who doesn't know, things have been going exceptionally well over on Summer's channel.
Exceptionally crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy psycho stuff. I as you all know, I've been playing GTA or 5 roleplay for a minute, like 5 months. And you may have heard me talk about my weird sleep schedule, staying up all night, sometimes doing 12-hour streams out of nowhere, like crazy stuff. And I don't know, we've had to have mentioned what like prio and like
Yeah,
priority is.
we've talked about how the queue works and
Yeah.
how hard it is to get into the game at all, and how prio works
Yeah.
to get ahead of the queue. Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, my character Bunny was invited to be on a reality TV show in the game, which was basically a apprentice style show, and the winner would get to be the CEO of the Diamond Casino Hotel, which the Diamond Casino is the most lucrative business in the server, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it was a huge deal, and we won. Yeah. So that did a lot for me and for my channel, and for Bunny. So basically, I won on Friday, 2 weeks ago. So like a week ago, at time. And then Monday, came in, did my onboarding for the casino, and Monday night received priority.
Yep.
Which means that I can play
Technically,
GTA. What?
technically Monday afternoon, you got priority. You just didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know until I did the server, until I tried to get in
Yeah.
before the 10 minutes was up for when the queue opens. And I cried a ton, and people were very generous, and I quintupled my followers pretty much overnight.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
shit popped off. And this week has been absolutely insane
It's
of
been
getting
great.
to play no pixel whenever I want, getting to play during the day. That's been the craziest thing, is I can play during the day now. And I can play at night. I mean, I can play whenever I want. And yeah, so like in the works is like me setting an actual stream schedule, and
Sick.
so sick. And like me getting to do a lot of really exciting stuff in the server that I didn't have access to before because the right people weren't around. So like today I got to take flying lessons, which the flying instructors usually aren't around during degen hours, which is what they call the other 12-hour period during the server resets, which starts at 11 p.m. Pacific and ends at 11 a.m. Pacific. And so I got to take flying lessons today and get to interact with people I usually don't get to, and like do a lot of business stuff and have like a lot of opportunities in the game, but also like out of the game. And so it's been really fucking crazy.
Hell yeah.
And really good and really exciting. And yeah, you were there, you know.
I've heard.
Yeah. You've heard.
For anyone curious, I'm gonna put a link in chat, and maybe I'll remember to put it in the video description somewhere. But the first episode of the reality TV show that Bunny, Summer's character, was in, is up, and it's actually like they actually filmed it from multiple angles and cut it together with music and voiceover and all that stuff, and it's actually pretty sick.
It's so good. It's exactly reality television.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like
it has the jank of trying to film things in a video game.
Yeah.
And it has like the intended jank of being a like satire of itself.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so much fun, and it's 23 minutes. It's not long.
Yeah.
So pop that into a tab and watch that after the show.
It's so fun. It is. It's a really good time. And there's going to be 2 more episodes, I think. I think maybe 3. I'm not 100% on that,
so.
but I think 3.
I'm pretty sure.
Which is going to be so fun. So if you want to see me role-playing as Bunny in a reality TV show, doing competition type stuff and kicking ass and then winning, please go watch. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, but it was just like so much fun. That whole experience was just so much fun. And then now, like, getting to do, I mean, I've been doing business shit for 5 months, but now getting to do really high level business shit.
Yeah.
Like, and at high level, like dealing with the top tier richies in the server is pretty crazy.
Yeah. And I think the thing with this is, like, you've been doing a bunch of business grindy stuff, figuring out business plans and hiring people to help see them through, and like developing products to sell to people. All of this sounds incredibly boring, but it's very exciting when you do it in a video game, I promise.
Yeah.
And like managing events and all this stuff. But all of that has been like side by side with like the people giving you those opportunities were people that generally already trusted you. And like, which is not to say that you didn't earn that trust. But it wasn't a big leap from where you started on that stuff to any given next step. Like, you worked your way through. And I think the big thing here is with the casino stuff, it's like, these are people who didn't know you before the show.
Yeah.
And you worked your ass off and like had been working your ass off for so long that you managed to bring that in and be like, look, here is everything that I bring with me. And it like clearly impressed the shit out of people. To the point that, you got this job and like are being handed a business that like will have massive effects on the server as a whole, in terms of moving money around the economy. Which like I'm pretty sure from like a server maintenance standpoint is what the casino is for, is to just like grab a bunch of money and then shove it back out to make sure that things circulate.
Yeah.
And like that's a huge responsibility. So to be handed that, and that essentially told like do whatever you want with it.
That was the craziest part, I think.
Is pretty huge. But also like, so the people that were running the show are pretty big people outside of the server, like IRL, as streamers and as people who do stuff for NoPixel. Like the person that Bunny is directly working for, Dean Watson, his player is a developer on NoPixel, which is like how she got Prio, right? Is like, you did a good job, you roleplayed the shit out of it, And the moment they were like, wait, she can't just get in whenever she wants, they fixed it. So
That's the craziest part. It's so crazy.
yeah.
It's still so crazy to be able to get in whenever I want to. And like whereas some days I would wait 11 hours to play No Pixel, like literally 10
Yeah.
to 11 hours a lot of days. Most days during the day. Like I would say the majority of weekdays I was waiting between 9 to 11 hours to play No Pixel.
Yeah.
Easily. Being able to just like get in, and then like the longest I've had to wait was when there was an
30
event
minutes.
that day, and it was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that is like, that's psycho. That's psycho that's like even my new reality, but it's really exciting, and there's so much opportunity that comes with that. And then yeah, the um like getting to interact with all of these people in game that I never have gotten to interact with before. And then, you know, they have these streamers like showing support to me as a person, is pretty huge. Like, you know, Dean rated me directly after we had a meeting today.
Yeah.
And that was like huge stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's so exciting. And I think I'm so proud because I did it so differently than most people who play that game do
Yeah.
it. There are plenty of people in those like CEO top tier positions that got there completely different ways than I did. So it's just super exciting stuff. Love it.
Hell yeah.
How are you doing?
You know, I've been dealing with that. It's been wild. I mean, obviously for you, I imagine it's pretty like you've got like prior rolling in, you've got so many people showing up. Fingers crossed, partner soon, hopefully. Like those are big deal things. But at the same time, it's like, you know, 2,000 people show up suddenly out of nowhere, and I'm just like strapping myself in and being like, okay, let's make sure no one's being an asshole in here. And it's been really interesting for me, because it's been the first time that I have had to. It's not the first time I've been in a chat with that many people, but it's the first time I've been in a chat with that many people with any kind of responsibility. And it's different. It's definitely different. Because like I've watched, you know, and been a subscriber to channels that are pretty fucking big. And you know, I've seen the things happen. I've talked about it on this channel before, like people rolling in and asking the exact same question for, you know, an hour. But like in those instances, good mods always were like on top of it and handling it, and I didn't have to deal with it. And now I have to be like, I am that person. I am the one who moderates. And so it's been interesting. Sort of like trying to figure out how to manage that. And how to, like, you know, encourage people to be better in that space, especially because so many of these people are like new to the space and don't know how it is. Like the advantage that small streams have, I think, is that we tend to have like core viewers. We have like people that show up frequently. Like I know all of the names in chat right now.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if I go to the viewer list, yeah, I recognize essentially all those names. Yeah. So like if somebody comes in, they will see sort of what things are like based on the conversations already happening. But, you know, if you're going from where you were at, which was like between 60 to 80 people, to several hundred people, the new people far outnumber the like old regulars, and so it's harder to like give that example to people. So yeah, that's been interesting. And I mean, honestly, what it is like, I'm not going anywhere. The people that were regulars before aren't going anywhere. The people for whom you're not their cup of tea will eventually get tired of that,
Yeah.
and will move on, or will be taught over time that, like, you know, going around and like being like, you should do this, you should do that, like backseating isn't acceptable and all that stuff. Like they'll figure it out over time. It's just a thing that does take time. So yeah, that's been interesting. Have I done fucking anything else? I edited some videos this week. I played Mini Motorways, which is super duper fun. I love that game. Holy shit, I have already played all of the levels. I mean, I loved Mini Metro, which is by the same people. I think the company is called Dinosaur Polo Club, which is a great name for a company. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like nice and chill and relaxed. And I've reached a point where I've learned a couple ways to like manipulate the system of the game, like power game essentially a little bit, which has added an element of intentional strategy that I didn't have when I first was like, I don't know, I'm gonna put roads down and connect some stuff. And so that's been neat. But yeah, I don't know. There's an election tomorrow, which I don't really talk about what I do with elections too much because privacy and safety and whatnot. But every time there's an election in California, I work for the whole day. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that, and it's gonna be fucking terrible. It's gonna be terrible because I'm gonna be awake all fucking day because I have to be up from like 5 a.m. till like usually 11 p.m. working basically that entire time. And that's terrible. But then also, I just wish this election weren't happening. It's such a... If anyone doesn't know, and if you're watching this in the future, either hooray or I'm so fucking sorry. But we're not having a normal election tomorrow. We're having a recall election, which basically means enough people, like a petition, essentially got enough signatures that it triggered a recall of our governor. And so there is a vote going out to the whole state, which is to, like, page 1 is, should Gavin Newsom be recalled? Yes or no? And then the second page is, here are the 40 people that are running in case you said yes. And so it's annoying this is happening because it's like out of cadence with the normal election season. But the big problem with how recall elections work is, one, because they're out of cadence, they get less attendance. Less people are interested in them. Less people think they're important. And so you just get less turnout. And then 2, you only need 51%. You need a majority of the vote, a simple majority of the vote, to have the thing pass. So if like just barely over 50% of voters say, yes, Gavin Newsom should be recalled, then he is recalled. Unfortunately, what that also means is, on that second page with the 40 people that are running, whoever has the most votes out of that, which right now I think the highest is polling at like 20% or something, that person becomes the new governor. So like 50% of the state gets to be like, yeah, I think we should have a new government, and then 20% of the state gets to be like, it's this guy. And it's fucked. It's such a terrible system. It's so fucked. And I just wish it weren't happening. I wish it weren't happening because the last time we did this, we got Arnold Schwarzenegger as our governor, and it was a fucking disaster. And the guy who's front running right now is a goddamn loony. I try not to call people crazy because I don't like to throw around like mental illness willy-nilly, but this dude's fucking wackadoodle. He believes in a $0 minimum wage, which is to say no minimum wage. A company should be able to pay you as low as they want to. Yeah.
Fucking absolutely bonkers.
Fucking bananas. So yeah, I'm tilted. I'm tilted about tomorrow. But you know what? I'm going to do my job. Other people are going to do their job. The election's going to happen. And hopefully, if you're watching this live and you live in California or you know people who live in California, please vote or tell them to vote. And please, for my sake, tell them to vote no. That Gavin should not be recalled. Because, like, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't love Gavin Newsom. And when I saw that people were going around calling for a recall, I wasn't surprised. Dude's made some choice decisions that I personally disagree with very strongly, especially around coronavirus, and being a little too lax on that stuff. Like, he's not my favorite, but like he's so much better than $0 minimum wage guy. And if those are my options, like,
you're gonna take him.
Yeah, please don't give me $0 minimum wage guy, please.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck?
So yeah. Anyway, there's our dose of extremely blatant politics for this show. Fuck it, we could talk about whatever we want.
We can and do and have and shall continue.
We can, we do, we have, we shall continue. Is there anything else that I don't have a question of the day? So I'm not gonna bother with it. Do we want to hop into this game?
Yeah, let's do it. Share with me. I need to see and be blasted
I have to
by
share
sound.
Again. Quick warning to anyone watching. This game, we talked about it last week, but basically has everything in it. And content warning, yes. So far, it has had pretty much every type of sensitive content that I could possibly think of. From the violent end of the spectrum to the emotional end of the spectrum, all of the stuff. And it continues to do so. And that seems to just sort of be the writing strategy for this game. So I'm doing my very best to keep a list of like actually specific content warnings at the bottom of the YouTube description on the videos, and it's updated with each video. So each video has the previous list and then anything new that has shown up in that episode. However, if you're watching this live, I cannot provide that to you in advance, and I just want you to know that like this game is I don't know, it's taken Grimdark pretty seriously. So if at any point you feel like something's too much for you and you need to leave, or if right now you're like, that sounds like it's going to be too much for me and I don't want that for myself, feel free to leave. You don't have to stick around for our sake, and Summer and I would both prefer that you have a good evening than
Agreed.
Have a terrible evening. So yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, continue. Right. Pump station terminal. Is there like a walkway here?
Yeah, they killed. Motherfuckers.
Sure. I'm doing stuff. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Water flowing in versus out?
Yeah.
Could be raising water levels?
Oh, we have some release valves over here. Row of release valves controls the release of various tubes. Small flecks of paint hint that the wheels were once painted bright red. Okay. So we have this pipe here, which appears to be pumping water out into this area. There's a ladder. Can we take that? Can we take the ladder down into the water and drown? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, this big up. Oh, you were talking.
Can you climb it? Just the shaft. I can't see an entrance.
Well, I hope that wasn't important. Okay. So these are pumping... These are these things. These pipes here. That are pumping into the central area. I guess. I don't know what these arrows are for. Have we seen a chart of something like this? Somewhere?
I don't think so. Not that I know. What's going on? Oh, it's like, see how the water levels are changing?
Yeah, I mean, this is telling us if we do this, this is telling us it drains. If we do this,
Yeah.
it fills. But we don't have the arrangement of the pumps right. I have no idea. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, me either.
There must be like a diagram somewhere that we missed. There's a PDA here. With a bunch of blood. Did we read this?
We read this one.
Yeah, that's Zane. Cat got eaten over here. Aha! This. Okay. So down, up, and then the rest of these I don't know.
It should be the ones that are connected,
Probably up.
like, to the line, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess, yeah. Down, is it just inverted of what it is on the top?
Probably?
Okay. So it should be down, up, right, left, left. Or wait, right, left, right. Yeah.
Down, up, right, left, right.
Right, left, right.
Right, left, right. Okay. Run, John. Boogie. Okay. Let's see. Down, up, down, right, left, right. Fuck.
No. It was down, up, right?
Down, up. Hey! Floosh!
Whoa,
Flush the giant space
animation.
toilet. Love that for us. We did it. The ladder says, the
Hell
ladder
yeah.
connects the safety walkway with the scum-caked floor of the pump room. Leaking methane gas, that's probably fine. Exposed and broken pipe protrude from the ground. There's a faint hiss of combustible methane escaping from its industrial prison. Okay, fun. Methane gas tank has fallen from its mooring nearby. It rests precariously against the base of the elevator shaft and is still full.
Since all of this happened. Shouldn't there be a rescue mission on the way?
This is a deep space vessel. It can operate indefinitely. If it wasn't for the psychological effects of deep space travel, she wouldn't even need a new crew.
So nobody's looking for us.
No, and even if they were, there's no way for them to find us. 3 months is a long time adrift.
Oof. Can we push the gas tank down the hole?
Probably,
Make it go
something
boom.
like
That
that.
would just break it.
Dang. Can we drill a hole in the gas tank?
No, that
The gas
won't
tank can
work.
explode? No. Damn. There's the elevator shaft. Large drainage hole. The massive shaft exists to flush the collected sewage out of the chamber. The tube is constructed from an extensively reinforced compound to resist corrosion by acids and chemicals. So I feel like we're supposed to use something on... Oh, let's use the lighter. This should be fine.
Oh Oh, God.
We're gonna die.
We're gonna die.
We didn't die. I totally expected that to kill. Oh, we attached the lighter to it. There we go. Hey, achievement unlocked, blown up. That was great. I loved that. Okay, let's attach this to the pipe grip, and then maybe we poke it with the pool cue.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe if it...
No, just go down the ladder.
Work.
Yeah, we're gonna go down the ladder and attach the Kane Corporation lighter to the pipe grip.
It's been 3 months
Smart.
since all of this happened. Shouldn't there be a rescue mission on the way?
This is a deep space vessel. It can operate indefinitely. If it wasn't for the psychological effects of deep space travel, she wouldn't even need a new crew.
So nobody's looking for us.
No, and even if they were, there's no way for them to find us. 3 months is a long time adrift.
And then pool cue. This is still gonna kill us, isn't it? No, it's just making our ears ring. Hooray!
I can't believe that didn't kill us.
Say. Achievement unlocked. Why are there methane tanks under the crew quarters? Woo! Look at us go. Exposed elevator shaft ladder. Through the massive wound left in the side of the shaft, a sturdy maintenance ladder that survived the explosion can be seen.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We're so good. We used the items in our inventory. Hell yeah. Look at us go. Okay. This looks like it still has gas. Yeah.
Looks like gas.
Unfortunately.
But we have the holographic thingy to put over by the security door.
By the security door, yep.
Your big brain move from last time.
I can't see it working.
Nope.
Like that.
Use it with the motion detector. Hustle a little bit, John. Come on. There we go. Shake that booty. Security cameras? This one? No. Is it this one? Atmosphere control access. Activate motion detector. Yeah!
Life support.
Fuck yeah.
Good
Atmospherics.
thinking.
I can understand why they had all the extra security.
Slumped over dead body. Rigor mortis has left this body a parody of a worker managing the controls. What you got, buddy?
All right.
Oh, hey, that's my birthday. All right.
Is this it? Could it really be my golden opportunity? I've been transferred to security with a guy named Paul and some other guy whose name I don't quite remember. It sounded kind of like Sarge, so I'm just going to call him Sarge. Either way, I'm glad. Maybe I'll finally make real friends. Paul is mean, but Sarge is okay.
Happy birthday.
It looks like food supplies aren't coming in anytime soon. People seem upset, but there's a lot of alcohol around. I don't drink much because my dad used to, and it got scary sometimes. Sarge is still nice when he's drunk, though, even though he said I'd make a pretty girl.
Okay.
We got a mystery package from the cloning vats today. I was even allowed to type the terminal entry. It's supposed to go to Lab 18. Sarge says we're going to put it in a medical storage bay for now, though. It makes really scary noises. It's named Samantha. I liked a girl named Samantha once, but then this guy Anthony was stalking her, and then she moved away. Paul just read that over my shoulder and reminded me that PDAs are for work-related logs only. I don't like Paul. Sarge said I can type whatever I want.
Oh my god, this guy's such a child.
Yeah. The whole ship just shook a whole lot. Power is out everywhere. Everything is locked down, but we can get through some of it because we're security. I hope nobody got hurt when things were flying around in here. People are trying to get tram station B to work because A is closed. I think we killed some people today. Sarge is angry. He's beating on the window. I'm so confused.
Damn, dude. You should not have been here.
We're so young.
Yeah.
Focus, John.
Have a heart. Some of them are just fucking kids, Tia.
Don't you think I know that? You've only been awake a few hours now. I've been dealing with this for it seems like a lifetime.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Let's just get on with this.
Alright. Fun stuff. Life support machinery. These pumps manage the dispersal and collection of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other atmospheric compounds through the ship. This console provides access to the atmospheric controls that make life possible aboard the vessel. Open it. There we go. Venting procedures. This one.
Attention. Atmosphere vented in tram station B.
That should be fine. Can we bring it back now? Okay, cleared for access. Nice. Now all we have is this fucking neural drill that we still have.
That has come in handy so many times.
What a base item to have. Like, it's not a crowbar, it's a fucking brain drill. Oh, doesn't look like there's gas.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Override. Yeah. Oh.
Woo!
Doctor is in the medical bay.
All right, let's do this.
That's a lot of blood.
So much blood.
Let's go not to all the blood first.
Specimen transport.
Where to save?
Yeah, smart.
Limb regeneration.
Interesting.
Project kitchen knife.
A faint scratching noise is coming from this plastic box. Wait, what did I just click? Black resin permeates through small perforations in the crate walls. No destination set. Jesus, that scared me.
Oh, there was like little, like that same puzzle on those things that you were looking
There
at?
are like patterns on the
Yeah.
specimen things, yeah. So... It's like a line and then a weird W and then a wiggly T.
That's the best way to remember it.
Totally.
A line. Straight line. There it was.
There it is.
Then a like a W kind of thing. That. Oh no, wait. No. No. That one. Then that one.
No?
Is there not like a confirm?
No, I think we have to go down the other corridor.
Meh.
Nah. So much blood.
Tia, tram isn't operational.
What do you mean? Can you fix it?
No, I don't think so.
There is no other way out of there.
There has to be. look around.
Fuck, this is all falling apart.
Yup. Ship quite literally falling apart. Destroyed tram. The gnarled wreckage of twisted steel sits hazardously in wait. Roger Callan, quartermaster. Plastic container has seen its fair share of use. The sealed lid of the container is caked in a reeking green mold. A skull and crossbones warning sticker peels up at its edges, indicating that this container was once used to transport dangerous cargo. Okay.
Project Seed.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just reading out loud.
We'll probably need that one.
W, sine wave, weird V.
This one was for hydroponics.
Oh yeah, didn't one of the crew people work there?
Yeah.
It's like a sine wave, and then a U, and then the W.
Medical bay.
Aha!
This is it.
U, weird T, and I don't know, lowercase r thing. Let's check this corpse. Did all that
Sounds
blood come
good.
from this one corpse?
Looks like it.
Good lord. Alright, well, that looks like everything here. So back we go. Goodbye! Bye, Roger Callan. Don't die anymore. Okay, what was it?
It was like a U,
Yeah.
like a divot, a squiggly T, and then the R.
U, T, and then weird lowercase r. This. Medical bay. Destination set. Medical bay. Yes. Ooh. This
Get
seems...
in. It
this
seems
seems
airtight.
fine.
That seems bad. Save?
Sure. In we go.
This is either brilliant or very, very stupid.
Or both.
I'm gonna say both.
Oh. Ooh, cutscene.
Quantum devices are not permitted in specimen storage.
Ooh.
Quarantine procedures initiated. Quantum
What?
storage device reset.
Uh-oh.
Pardon? Ah, shit, they took our neural drill.
Okay, let's see what we can see.
It definitely looks like the medical facilities. I think I'm on the right track.
Rude.
Yeah, you're on the medical bay level 1. Your daughter is 4 decks below you. She is so close, John.
So close.
So close.
Oh, hello, blood. We're also theoretically so close to the end of this game. I think we're, like, about halfway through right now, and they took our neural drill. I guess that explains
believe
what this
that.
menu is. It's like a quantum,
Yeah.
whatever, storage thingamajiggy. This machine may run diagnostics on the specimens that arrive via the tube. The infernal glow of these lights is not comforting. Thanks, I really needed you to tell me that. Due to non-public access, not much care was taken to secure these exposed wires. Here we go. Mmm. Juicy.
This is strange. I'm not reading any PDTs in your area. They should
Any
remain
what?
active. Even on the
Tell me, John, why are you working
What?
with this jackal?
Dr. Milan.
Ah, she's been talking about me.
Are you okay, dude?
I'm nobody. I just want to find my family.
With without a family, man alone in the world, temples with the cold.
Okay.
That's dramatic.
John,
Yeah.
like
He's a poet and we didn't even know it.
mistake. You are alone.
John, are you there? I've joined with the comm system. What did he say?
He knew me. He knew my name. Could he help us?
John, this is happening because of him. He did all of this.
This is all too much for me, dear. I'm just a school teacher.
I
Exposition.
can promise you that I want to find your family as much as you do. We're in this together.
God. Can you
I don't
imagine?
trust her.
Can you imagine being in a crisis and being like, I'm just a graphic designer? Like, who... is that a thing people do when they're in a crisis that doesn't fit their day
No.
job? Like... God lord. It cracks me up every time. Like, I'm just a mundane job meant to make you identify with me. Bloodstains. Dark blood splatters the walls, but most disturbing is the lack of any cadavers among the gore-soaked carnage. Gore-soaked carnage. That's good. Blood, but no bodies. This area has been witness to carnage, yet no bodies litter the ground. I think there might be blood, but no bodies.
Maybe no bodies, though.
Not one body can be seen amid the debris. Got a Juca-Cola vending machine. Good old Juca-Cola, banned in several colonies. Juca-Cola is highly addictive, absurdly potent blast of sugar and stimulants. This vending machine has been knocked over, but probably not by an employee. The Kane Corporation certainly didn't subsidize the price of these sodas. Oh. Well, I could have predicted that. Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's do this again.
This is strange.
I click through this dialogue.
Not reading any PDTs in your area.
Oh god, we can't
Which is really
skip.
active.
No.
You gotta save right after.
Yeah. Unskippable cutscenes. When did this game come out? Was it like 2019 or something?
I thought it was like 2015.
Was it? That's still too recent for unskippable cutscenes. Come on.
I'm nobody.
Look, I'm not saying that
Find my family.
implementing skippable cutscenes is easy. Certainly not. But it's necessary.
Temples with the cold.
Good God.
Are you trembling, John? Because make no mistake. You are alone.
You're alone.
What are your submissions rejected from the literary journals, Mullen?
Seems like it, right?
Milan.
John, are you there? I've joined with
It's
the comm
one
system.
step away from what is a man, a miserable little pile of secrets.
He knew my name. Could he help us?
John,
I
this
know
is
what we're gonna
happening because
do.
of him. He did all of this.
I know what
This is
we're
all
gonna
too
do.
much for me, dear. I'm just a school teacher.
I can promise you that I want to find your family as much as you do.
So you can do weird, freaky experiments on them? Taya. Crate. This crate is locked and not opening anytime soon. Okay, I don't know what we're doing. Nope, don't step that way. Oh, we're locked in this room now, though.
We have no items.
Empty inventory. No, and yeah, the moment we cross that line, we die.
Did you save it?
Oh, fuck me. Is there something in this previous room we're supposed to grab?
Maybe look around a little bit harder.
Shut down terminals. These terminals control various elements of the apparatus. Every single one of them is dead.
We could go to other areas before we come here.
I don't think so, is the thing. I think it'll only let us go to medical. And it clears our inventory either way, right?
That's true.
All right, let's go through the cutscene.
What's down? What? No, what's on the right?
Oh,
The
shit,
lower
too
right.
late.
No.
I think it was just a
Don't
dead,
forget to
another
save
dead
right
turtle.
after.
Yeah.
Right after.
What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go through this, and then I'm gonna save, and then we'll revert back,
Tell me,
and we can see if any of the other codes will give us a valid location
this Jack.
to go to.
Dr. Milan.
Ah,
And if not, we can just load back to here.
talking about
I'm nobody. I just want to find my family.
without a family, man alone in the world.
This doesn't get any better on repeat listens.
Are you trembling, John? It doesn't make no
I will say though, I think when you reach this level of like weird, like crazy mastermind dude, I think you do think you're pretty profound a lot of the time.
Yeah. When you're at his level, you're like, I made it.
He knew me. He knew my name. Could he help us?
John, this is happening because of him.
Because of him.
This is all too much for me, Tim. I'm just a school teacher.
Do you remember Simon Says, John?
I want to find
He's
your family
Simon.
as much as you do. We're in this together.
Okay, I don't know that you want this as much. Indentation in the floor. The section of the floor features a rectangular indentation and strangely clean in comparison with the other blood-spattered sections of the floor. I wonder if a gun pops out from
Did you save?
No, I was just looking. Oh my god.
Save first. Save first.
Can I walk not through this path where all the death is? Why do you walk that way to get to the crate, you absolute idiot? Okay, let's die real quick. Maybe? Maybe? Oh.
I don't think this
Or,
will fit.
oh damn, I was thinking open it up and pour it on there.
Maybe? No.
Can we use it on ourselves?
It doesn't work like that.
It actually does work.
Oh, can we push it over?
Never liked Coca-Cola.
Yeah! Can we push it onto the...
Yeah.
Come on, John, push it onto the... Oh, shit! Okay!
Oh, we got a big gun.
Yeah, this one broke. I don't know about this. Get in cover! You idiot.
I think that we needed to like push it more towards the thing to see if we could get it to land on that.
Yeah, I just don't know how... I don't know that we were able to be that directed about it.
Mm-hmm. Get the Coke first.
Yep. Get our Juca-Cola.
Never liked Coca-Cola.
So I think it just pushes that way. Hanging wire. Let's zap. Oh!
Probably not a good idea. I can't see it working like that.
Yeah, no, I think it just pushes the one way. And then they shoot a bunch. And then this one breaks. And then I'm gonna save again. Hate this interface. Okay. Let's come over here. Can we use this on that?
That's ridiculous.
Can we use it on
It doesn't work
Nope.
like that. No, that won't work.
Bloodstains. Loose wires. Cables and wires hang freely from the wall paneling, and engineer's work appears to have been suddenly interrupted.
I don't think this will fit.
Huh.
You tried connecting the wire and the Coke can together, right?
Yeah.
Can you
Can
try
to
and
make
get
it
the
fit, but
wire?
it may break.
Can you wire the thing? The gun?
Exposed duct.
Oh.
Can we go down? Can we go down?
Goodbye.
Nice. Oh. I found
Okay.
some bodies.
Yeah.
This was no safe haven for this poor soul. Nice crawling, John. Really hustling, really just booking it.
Found a body too. He's pretty bloodied up.
Hell yeah. More power outages today. Damn it. I thought they had a lid on that. People have been way crankier than usual. One of my boys just broke down today, shaking and scratching like he was suffering from withdrawal or something. I checked with the nurses who examined him, and it seems like there was some sort of drug in his system. He swore blind he wasn't dirty and hadn't been taking anything, but they're already preparing a tribunal for the poor guy. The thing is, I believe him. Everybody's been acting a bit peculiar lately. Hate that word. I said hate that word.
Peculiar.
Peculiar. I can never say it. The first time. What's happening to my beautiful ship? That crap is growing up the spine of this baby like a cancer. I keep mailing Dr. Milan about this, but he hasn't responded to any of my messages. I know he's reading them because I get more of those stooges from hydroponics down to collect samples whenever I send more than a few words his way. I managed to corner his assistant the other day and demanded to know when we'd be getting our share of the rations. She looked at me like she hadn't slept in a week and said, soon. None of us are sleeping properly. I try to greet each day with a smile, but the wrenches are getting panicky, if not mutinous. I spend my time breaking up fights instead of maintaining the engines. I was thinking of taking a group down to the engine ports and torching that shit off the hull, but I'm worried it's too late for that now. No more engineers, no more hope. When you take those things away, you got nothing left. I'm dictating this wedged under the main security terminal. I don't think any of those things will hear me. The rest of the survivors are holed up in the bulkheads, but nobody was willing to risk leaving until we had some sort of protection. I pointed out we'd either starve or die anyway, so they voted overwhelmingly for me to try and get help. So I came down here through one of the maintenance access tunnels and programmed the security terminal to mark any individuals with their PDT still implanted as hostiles. That should at least get the turrets on our side. I'm not sure it'll work, but it's all I could do. I'm alone now. Hell, I'm used to it. Never met the right girl and all that. I'm pretty sure I heard Lotus screaming, you know. They're probably all dead now, but I can't know for sure. I could hear those things peeling panels off the floors and walls like they were paper. And I'll be damned if they find me cowering under the floor like that. Guy Fawkes jumped with the noose around his neck when he was about to be executed. Did you know that? They were going to half strangle him, then rip him to pieces, but he cheated the executioners, breaking his own neck before they could carry on torturing him. I'm going to do likewise. Got a gun for my protection, see? Only one bullet left, but no matter. I'll only need one.
Oof. Notices and reports.
Dear all, for those of you who are able to receive these messages on the intranet, you'll know by now the creatures are using our PDTs to proceed past security checkpoints. To prevent this, I've decided that each in turn you'll proceed under armed guard to the primary surgery pod, where your PDTs will be removed. Once this is done, we'll reprogram the security protocols so that they will target all creatures that still possess these tags. Do not answer the doors to your quarters unless confirmed by the designated password. Today that word is Aegis. We have one because the turrets have targeted us.
Yeah.
We're going to have to cut off our limb and regrow it.
With the limb regrow thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
Okay. This is how it is. The unidentified substance is still spreading. It's fouled up the engine ports D through G, and after a brief confab with the drive engineers, I can tell you that it's having a detrimental effect on the efficiency and speed of the engines. The long and short of it is that the ship is seriously slowing down. The only thing accelerating is the speed of the fungal growth. Its origin is unknown, although we're narrowing it down. This is a crisis situation. Use the hardest stuff you can find to remove it from the fixtures and drive plates without actually endangering the protective casing of the drive cores. Good luck, guys. Steve Dreisen, Chief Systems Engineer.
Oh, it's this guy. Okay, well, he's dead. This pistol is ours now. Gimme the gun.
Gimme. Pull it.
Give me the empty
pistol.
gun.
That's mine.
Want it? Yeah. Can we have gun on a rope? No. Can we have
You ever put a gun on a
soda
rope?
gun? No. Well, I had to try. It's really making a big deal out of all this crawling. Hold on. No. Maintenance overdue by 295 days. Replace cables leaving. 18R. Okay, so yeah, this one's broken. This one we can't do anything to. Sentry gun bay. Oh, the gun's right here. Can I pistol the gun? Can I loose cables the gun? Can I soda the gun?
No. Crazy.
Can I soda the computer? Yeah! Cool.
Nice.
Handled. Jesus Christ. A very loud noise just happened under my feet. Let's see if there's anything down here. This is gonna take forever. Oh god. I'm already regretting this decision. Anything? Sickening
Maybe we
odor
can tie
of
that
death
up?
and rot wafts into the room, making you gag from its nauseating scent.
Maybe we can put the rope in that and make it stop.
I don't think so.
Who knows?
I think we just go back up. Very slowly.
You're not even gonna try?
Oh my god.
Just in case. What if it works?
I think that'll just break it.
Are you happy?
No? Don't you have a gun?
Oh my god. Come on, John. Come on. Come on. Get back up there. I'm gonna save again. Just in case. Just in case the game is an asshole. It's like, haha, you didn't do this one specific thing. Gun? Hey, I think we're good. Cool. Glass door. View through the sliding glass door is obscured by dried blood stuff.
One override. Coming up.
Yeah. Only one?
Shit, John. The security systems are inaccessible. It's like they've been locally reset. I can't access anything.
So helpful, Taya. Can I use
Shoot
gun?
him open.
Can I just smash?
Probably not a good idea.
You used it on John.
Oh, did I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this will fit. Maybe?
Can we try to get the gun to work? The big gun? The big turret gun?
Oh, disconnected sentry gun. Pick it up. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my god, John. You.
It's massive.
baby. What did you think was gonna happen? That was the whole point. Oh my god. This guy.
Warning. This area is off limits to all active PDT users. Please see your supervisor
Save.
for further instructions.
Everroom's gonna kill us
That
now.
makes no sense. All PDTs. That's everyone. They must have changed security settings.
Uh-huh.
Stop anyone from heading down below.
Or coming up.
Uh-huh. Save again. Okay, PDA. Blood. The incandescence of the lightning strikes, illuminates a grisly series of bloody spatters from the windows.
That utter jerk. I cannot believe that asshole. What kind of man dumps a girl on their anniversary? Poor
Damn.
Danica's in hysterics. I had to swap my shifts on account of that prick. Sadie made that easy enough. She's such a good friend to me. We were inseparable at nursing school until she decided to branch out into botany. Seems she's suited more to generic medical research than patient care. That's fine, I don't mind. I prefer working with people to plants anyway. The new walkway in hydroponics is a bonus too. Some of our boys like to stretch their new limbs among the greenery. Who said that new departments were of no use? This is selfish, I know, but damn it. I've had so much on my plate. I'm having to do some serious overtime, and then ungrateful turds like Eric mean I've got even more to deal with. My poor baby sister. Body of a 30-year-old woman, mind of a 16-year-old girl. Apparently, he says being the pilot of Ozymandias is just too much pressure on a relationship. As is that sweet little co-pilot he recently acquired. I've had
Oh
it
my
up to
God.
here with pilots. Are they ever not chasing tail? Well, tonight should be okay, as I've got Danica coming around with some of the girls and a shipment of Martian champagne.
Damn, we're getting long entries.
The
in
budget
medical wing.
increase. The budget increase is proving to be a blessing and a curse. We've got more equipment for sure, but nowhere near enough space for it. If only the Groom Lake was one of those modular types, we might be able to get some extra room. Sadie and I are working our butts off around here. God bless Sadie. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably be an alcoholic by now. Danica is still not over her douchebag ex and calls me up crying most nights just to talk about how she misses him. Next time I see him, I'm going to punch his lights out. I worry about Danica. She's depressed, not eating, not sleeping. I might ask Gracia to book her in for an appointment. She needs a shrink. Work-wise, the regeneration tanks are working beautifully, but the increased demand for them means we're running short of chemical dissociation reagents, and the cell growth regeneration fluid is pretty much spent. Speaking of the fluid, it's this new stuff Dr. Milan's unit has us using. It's technically the same as the last stuff, but I'm sure the modular composition is different. Apparently, it's 4 times as effective. It seems kind of unpredictable actually. I've already asked Dr. Harvey to request. So we switched back to the old one. Sorry, I started yawning out of nowhere. Yeah, which he has done twice. Why are they ignoring us? Crazy huge brawl in the mess hall today. All of the guys sweating and looking like they OD'd or something. There's been a spike in violent assaults. I'd swear it has something to do with the new supplies that came in. Ever since that new regen fluid, it seems like everything else is slightly off too. I'm sure of it. Diet, medicines, genetic samples, you name it. I spoke to Sadie and she also swears there's been tampering. The idea that we've been ingesting bad food for months scares the shit out of me. I'm going to get a friend of mine to analyze some samples. Until then, I'm locking my door at night. I'm not sure who I can trust. Sadie's been giving me strange looks too. I might actually change the lock.
Damn.
I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I have to see Danica. I have to. She's with 2 others near the hangars, and I'm stuck here in medical. 2 rifles taken from a lone and bird, and a laser scalpel. That's all we have to get there. Sadie keeps fighting me on this and making excuses. She's starting to piss me off. Has that idiot forgotten where we are? That the Groom Lake is now a freaking hunting ground, and my sister's in the middle of it? I don't fucking care if they don't come with me. I have to see my sister. I have to know about Danica. I heard her on the radio a day or so ago, so I know she's still alive. She has to be hiding. Danica was always better than me at hide and seek back home. It took hours to find her. Once Mom sent a search party for her, and she'd been hiding at the bottom of the garden, tucked inside a dirt hole where Dad was planting beets. She's hiding. She has to be. Sadie is causing me problems. If she won't come with me, I guess I'll have to make her come along, whether she wants to or not.
Yikes.
Do you not want to look at the inboxes?
Oh, I didn't see. From L. Musgrave to E-Boxer, food enhancement report.
Dear Erica,
Are you okay?
I keep yawning. I literally can't stop. I started and I literally can't stop. Dear Erica, I was under the misapprehension that your request was perhaps just paranoia, but given the tests I performed on the provided samples, well, I have to be honest. Its implications are frightening. I will generally concur with your initial theory that some batches just went bad, but there is clearly much more than spoilage at work. You have to understand that when batches like this are spoiled, they are all spoiled, not just a few. A fungus, for instance, will spread through samples, but there is an astonishing difference between the samples you've sent me. Some seem to have been cultivated quite for the qualities they demonstrate. Did you know the bacteria, the Brassica sample, is enhanced with the genetically enhanced form of PCP? I know this because I tested the sample on one of my rats. The poor little thing lashed out violently, suffered a seizure, and then died. The precise name is DV85, a drug that was popular for enhancing the ability of the so-called remote viewers during the eugenics war. Laboratory-created stuff, all designer, all professional.
Oh my god, we have eugenics now, too?
Now we have we literally have everything.
We have all the things. We have genetically enhanced PCP, so we have drug use, and we have eugenics wars.
The most alarming part is that, owing to the different genetic strains seen in the 5 samples you sent for analysis, I get the impression that these contaminants were deliberately distributed to both staff and patients. I'm not sure what lunatic would do such a thing, least of all on a long-haul lab ship, but I've already sent a request to my superiors at the ministry to examine the matter further. On an informal note, please look after yourself, Erica. You were always my best pupil, and I'm pleased you chose to confide in me. I do apologize that it has taken so long to get back to you. With fondest affection. Yeah. Luke.
Huh. So they were putting PCP in the food and it was making people
crazy. Lash out.
Yeah. More disturbing evidence of slaughter. There's a PDA over here. Seating. Rows of seats all unoccupied. PDA.
I think I found the crew.
Are they also bloodied up, like the guy under the floor?
You could say that.
They're literally nothing but like gore.
I'm not sure how many people I'm looking at, but it's like something from the eugenics war painting.
Try to push through, John. A few decks below, one step at a time.
Is there gore around here somewhere that I'm not seeing?
It's that whole red thing right in front of you.
Blood and tissue. The oozing red goop contains flecks of... Well, this is like a blood stain. But no, there's like a mass of blood and tissue here. Contains flecks of bone and masses of tissue. I guess they were just like...
Up against the wall.
Yeah, like torn apart and re-amalgamated. Portal. The atmosphere of Neptune is consuming this vessel as lightning shows the way. Okay, well, PDA first, please. Oh, hey,
sound was like not
Sadie.
Okay, here we go. I thought that becoming the new head medical tech on this deck would actually improve things, but it's like being thrown into the lion's den. The lockdown a few months back was a pain, but these inventory discrepancies are the real problem. And then yesterday, the systems went haywire. The first thing Erica does, of course, is to call up her little sister to make sure she's okay. I suppose I can understand that. I just wish that, well, I wish she'd ask after me sometimes too. Yesterday during the power outage, I was locked inside a storage room for 2 hours, but Danica was fine, of course, so who cares about me? I was only trapped in a product storage room with only plant cultures and human limbs for company. I took a look at them, actually. It's part of my job, with the plants anyway. I had to do something to keep my mind off things. Good specimens, all of them, except for samples 99D, E, and F. I couldn't for the life of me work out why the samples this badly mutated would be permitted anywhere near the greenhouses. These are recent too. Dear God, what imbecile in shipping sent these to storage? Kane's hydroponics have the strictest quarantine regulations in the galaxy, punishable by losing your damn job. It must be that new section of floors, a few floors down. They've got all kinds of fools on the payroll. You know, I usually like to spend time in the greenhouses, but I swear something's going funny with some of the new crops. Erica said I'm probably just imagining it, but I had a whole batch of brassica growth cultures thrown out the other day showing signs of what looked like Dutch elm disease. How is that possible? I'm going to submit a report. How I'm supposed to explain to Dr. Milan and the board that we have mutant cultures in storage and perfectly good crops with extinct diseases is another matter. Erica's lost her damn mind. I'm scared out of my mind right now. She's dragged us on a fool's errand across the ship to look for Danica. I tried to tell her how I saw one of those things wearing Danica's face the other morning. Oh God, it makes me want to puke just thinking about it. It looked like a deflated balloon as it scuttled up the walls. I swear Ingracia fried it with a bolt, but we can't be sure. He's a psychiatrist, not a soldier. Then again, are any of us soldiers? Erica seems to think we're in the Marine Corps, waving around that rifle with a crazy look in her eyes, threatening to kill anyone who disagrees with her. Erica, I told her, you are a nurse. Erica, you are a nurse.
Are you a nurse?
God, I barely recognize her anymore. What happened to my best friend? What happened to that girl from Stokely, Mississippi? I don't know who Erica Boxer is anymore.
Fucking yikes.
Oh, Erica died this morning. My friend is gone. One of those horrific things tore her spine out of her body right in front of my eyes. I must be one of the last ones left alive. Not that I've got long. I'm infected with something. I can feel it. I checked out the hydroponics lab this morning. It's a wreck. I could have told them, anyone could have told them, that trying to breed a new fungus to kill the old one would be disastrous. The rest of it won't budge. I've tried tearing it away with the laser scalpel Eric gave me, but it did nothing. Zip, zilch, nada. I say that all the time. What doesn't kill it really does make it stronger. I'm going back to retrieve Erica's remains later. I know that she died a crazy woman, but she was my friend. I still love her.
Fuck.
Dear all, for those who are still able to receive this message on the internet, you'll know by now the creatures are... Okay, cool.
Yeah.
PDTs, that...
We've seen this one.
Yep. Okay, go back. And...
From S.A. Callister to Dr. G. Milan, Inventory Anomalies.
Dear Dr. Milan, first allow me to apologize for mailing you directly, but this is a classified red emergency. I've undertaken further inspections beyond samples 99 D, E, and F and found that the majority of our inventory has been compromised by tampering. There are signs that the tampering began some time ago. Some of the materials are merely spoiled, but a large quantity appears to have been illegally modified. I'm not sure who the new suppliers are, but the inventory they have provided does not match the chemical manifest included. I'm aware that this is a shipping concern rather than a hydroponics one, but Project Seed is based around our successful cultivation of hypernutrient plants in unusual conditions. With the current stock we possess, there's no limit to the number of illegal or mutated nutrients going into our plant growth. I advise that shipping and medical begin more thorough inspections of the received cargo. I suspect the problems could go back for months, although I have no evidence to prove this. Please recommend immediate termination of the supply runs and decontamination of irrigation pipes until this is resolved. Best regards, Sadie Callister.
From Erica Boxer to Sadie Encrypted.
Sadie, I love you very much, sweetie, but have you lost your damn mind? Those samples are restricted. What if Dr. Milan finds out you brought samples from out of the storage bays? It's not only your job you'll be losing. I'll do what you ask, but only because you've never been wrong before, though I pray to God you are this time. Love, Erica.
Those would be the samples that got sent in for testing.
Yep. Anything else in here? We took it with us? That's disgusting.
We have body part.
Oh, God.
Great. Love that for us.
Is that a door to the left and right?
Yeah, there's a door here and a door there and an elevator in the middle. You would be happy to never see another tubular conveyance in your life. Yeah, fair. The stenciling on this door indicates that it leads to reception. This one says nothing. Okay, reception. The flickering lights draw morbid attention to the arcs of blood staining the wall.
Crawled through the night, and then they crafted their eyes and tore through my skin. Oh, never ever, never again. They came for our mothers and then for our kin, scratching the guilt and eating their sin, changing God's work, a seed to begin. We burned with fire and killed with
Personal data tag detected, John Marichek.
Never again.
System is
Are you
locked.
expecting a beautiful bouncy baby boy or girl? Speak to your nearest administrator for details on our enrollment.
Okay, we're leaving this now.
Pay location detected.
Bye.
Other way.
Hated that. Hated every moment of that. More blood. You can't begin to estimate how many lives were ended here. Bloodstained environmental suits. Let's take one. Sure.
Serotonergic receptors are present in your principal vascular system.
What? Oxygen cylinder.
Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at Kane security employees will not be tolerated.
Extracted PDT. Several bent. Oh, cutscene.
Back. It's been cut open.
Of course! They must have manually removed the PDTs. That's why the security systems were reset in medical.
Oh, the bodies. The bodies in the crew quarters. They were skinned. The creatures were using the PDTs to move through secure areas.
Realize what was going on.
So for me to get
Yeah,
to
we
Lower
read the
decks,
PDAs.
Have to remove your tag.
remove?
Perhaps
Yeah, it'll be
let them
fine.
shop. No, that wouldn't work. John? This is the only surefire way.
It's fine.
What are you saying?
We're gonna cut it out.
The surgery pod should already be programmed to remove it.
It's gonna be fine.
So well for this poor woman.
It's the only way, unless you space jump between decks.
This is
Also an option.
surgery.
Yeah? And?
She's like, John, get it together if you want your daughter, which you clearly do, and we both know it. You're gonna have to do this. Sorry, bud. Suck it up.
Whether beneficiary or victim, this is where the surgery patients lie. Several bent spinal hooks protrude from a disengaged personal data tag. Fun. PDA, organic receptacle, a protein and fat storage container. Steel tank stores oxygen-rich compound under high pressure. Thick, viscous syrup is a cocktail of cryoprotectant and synthetic amniotic fluids. Fun. What's the PDA say? All right. More reading.
A new year for the chief surgeon and a new year for the staff of the medical deck. I have to think of it that way, or it gets rather confusing. It gets rather confusing. The staff of the medical deck now consists of 3 extra sections: cybernetics, tissue regeneration, and for some reason, medicinal hydroponics. Yes, it may be medicinal, but as I told Dr. Milan, they are still plants. I don't wish to seem ungrateful. It is Kane Corporation who opened so many new doorways for me and who redefined the frontiers of medicine for us all. As a man who served his apprenticeship on the battlefields, elbow deep in the blood of innocence, to see those deserts and war-torn villages reborn as images of nirvana is a privilege. And all thanks to I hate this guy. And all thanks to the sciences of Kane. It is yet it is hard to understand why, on the Grim Lake, so many departments are being forced to share resources like this. I hear our budget will be up for review soon, and the chances of us getting an increase are slim. I shall try to remain positive.
Yeah, not a fan.
My goodness, a 300% budget increase. I have not yet been able to even imagine how helpful this financial windfall will be. Dr. Milan assured me that a sizable portion of the budget will be applied to Project Seed. It makes our work that much more essential. We'll order new equipment and new samples, although I don't totally agree with the ethics of Dr. Milan's acquisition of volunteers for surgery and testing. The leaps and bounds we've made in our research make more make up for the rest of it. Is it wrong that we must test the limits of morality for the greater good?
Yes.
What? Yes.
Yes, it's wrong. It's wrong. And
it's wrong.
Also, like,
if you have to ask that question, yes.
Yeah, if you have to ask. So, is doing a wrong thing worth the thing that we're doing? No, you're kidnapping people. Like,
yeah.
This isn't. Must we turn violence against our oppressors? This is, must we oppress people? Like, no. What? Oh
this is, must we do things the easy way rather than the right way?
Yeah. Jesus.
This is why we have volunteers for this type of thing. Okay. I'm a surgeon who has seen many awful things in the blood-soaked
Abattoir.
Abattoir of the Pangea Wars, so perhaps this should be second nature to me, but I don't recall agreeing to the use of children for testing. I went to inspect the stasis tubes at the request of my chief nurse and found that there were several children, some as young as 9 years old, awaiting processing. Children? I was shocked and appalled and demanded an explanation from Dr. Milan. Edward Jenner had to test vaccines on children to see if they'd work, he said. I knew the story. What medical does not? Jenner injected infected purulent
exudates?
Yeah, into the child's arm, which must have seemed callous disregard for the child's life, and yet it saved the boy. That is how he convinced me. We are at the frontier of the sciences. Chances must be taken. I do not always feel comfortable with his ethical choices, but his logic is sound. The research is too valuable for us to let a few moral qualms get in our way.
Clearly it worked out so well.
I fear that my decision to become a surgeon with Kane Corporation is not quite as simple as I thought. The first casualties of the infection spreading across the ship came to my lab, where we had to set up a quarantine operating room. I had to get hands-on with a patient for the first time in years. The flow of blood, the cutting of infected tissue, using my specialized tools, God forgive me, but I enjoyed it. It's impossible to explain the adrenaline rush from playing God in such a way, of having the lives of so many on the verge of death in your hands. I felt it on the battlefields. And I feel it now. It is not the beauty of birth that moves me, it seems, but the pungent stench of death. I thought I'd joined Kane Corporation to save my soul. Instead, it is to slake the thirst of the beast in me, whose jaws slaver at the scent of blood or slaver. I am ashamed.
Ugh. You were right to not like this guy in the first one.
I knew. How could I not have seen it? Those awful life forms are disguising themselves as us inside us. They wear our skins and our PDTs, which explains how the security systems cannot detect them. If I didn't already know where those creatures came from, this would perhaps be less frightening. But they've learned the vile abominations. Abomination, what a word that is. It appears to summarize what we have created in our hubris. We have created evil. God help us all. You are evil, motherfucker.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, inbox and outbox.
Everything about you sucks. That's the
we
PDT
know about
thing.
These. PDT.
From Dr. C. Backman to
Dr. Milan has recalibrated his guidelines for the subjects in Project Seed, and specifically the requirements for any female subjects who have previously been pregnant. The female subjects should ideally have been screened, but their precise source is not important. Since the project has a 99.889 chance of a non-fatal reaction in subjects, members of staff will be eligible for this test. The ideal subject is as follows. Blood type O negative, between 5'5" and 6 foot. Free of genetic defects, between 18 and 40. Subjects must have recently been pregnant, ideally within the past year. Regards. It's weird.
To Milan from this guy, I think.
We have disagreed often, but never so more than now. I'm aware that Miss Callister doesn't work in surgery and that Chief Nurse Boxer has seniority in terms of rank. However, Callister has one of the most extraordinary organizational minds I've ever worked with. The product storage areas are clean and well indexed. Therefore, I have to challenge your demand that I remove her from her position because of these false reports that she's been sending you about anomalies in the supplies. I have no doubt that your claims of her illicitly taking samples is only an accusation. She is a fine worker and reports only what she feels is right. I'll be taking no action against her. You are in charge of the project, but you must allow me to choose my staff at my own discretion. Regards, Isaiah. Damn. Put his foot down on... what's her head? Sadie?
Sadie, yeah. Okay.
Damn, these people are lengthy. They're wordy.
They're very wordy.
The medical people. Everyone else is like, party. Oh, scary stuff's happening.
For the selective program.
Okay. Do I hook this up to the thing?
Crazy.
Do I just get in? No. Discarded hospital bed, main surgery pod base. I don't know what to do. Empty stasis fluid container.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Okay. Wait, I think we need to put... I don't know.
Anesthetic surgery or storage. I have no idea what we're doing. Oh, actually, we have a big old pile of PDT tags now, so I bet if we go back to reception, it'll show more than just us here. Elizabeth Swanson, force field off. That should be fine, right? It's not like there's a reason that force field was there, right? Right. We're safe. Oh. Can we not? Can we not go through? No. Okay. Is there a different force field?
I think it's to get on the pod, on the bed.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, it said it was in the medical chamber.
Oh,
right.
This.
Oh.
What the fuck? Empty stasis pod. Stasis pod. Empty stasis pod. Discarded stasis pod. Whatever the fuck this is.
A survivor.
What?
Is someone alive?
Not exactly. He's in stasis.
Okay.
It would be dangerous to wake someone from stasis without the proper procedures being followed.
So who the hell woke me?
Forget him, John. You need to think about the mission.
Way to dodge the question, Taya. So that's this guy. Impossibly, in the middle of all this slaughter, there's another survivor, clearly alive. His life signs seem normal. How aware is he of what has happened on board the Groom Lake? I wonder if this has to do with the sequel. A torn apart door. This door is made from medium strength industrial compound that has been torn apart like paper. Love that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Broken stasis control terminal. We're gonna need a thing to put in that, I assume. Okay. What do we have on us? We have some goo. Empty stasis fluid container. Can we get stasis fluid from one of these? No. Let's go through the torn apart door. Ugh. Legs. Human torso. The red lights cast long, wicked shadows across the victim's face. The femurs have buckled in opposite directions and have been ripped from their sockets. Jesus.
Another body. Or two.
Oh. Destroy what destroys you. Burt Carter, do you speak less? You do not. Okay. This is all you today, Summer.
Yeah. I keep yawning through it too. That's the worst part. That's like my brain is like, there's not enough oxygen for all these words. Okay. Be still, my beating heart. I saw the most divine creature in hydroponics. She's friends with that nurse, Erica. Erica gave me the evil eye, but Sadie is just a divine thing. Curves in all the right places in the face of an angel. I keep trying to come up with reasons to visit the medical hydroponics section. She never sees me, though. I'm not trained medical staff. Those soldiers in the recovery room give me funny looks if I'm at the window trying to get her attention. I have to find a way to speak to Sadie directly. I've seen her head to... Sorry, my brain can... With the scrolling, I can't read.
Just stop at the sentence and I'll scroll.
Okay. I've seen her head to the decontamination room, and she seems to go there after every shift. I might try and strike up a conversation by one of the machines, maybe offer to buy her a drink. I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe the day after, because tomorrow I've got a double shift. Still, it takes a brave man to work on unknown sciences in the bosom of the cosmos, doesn't it? Like the jocks back at school would ever be able to do what I freaking do. I risk life and limb to repair essential electronics, and that takes courage. I may not be a soldier, but I think I have the right to call myself a man of courage.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Who's
Is this the guy that was like... Wasn't there mention of
We
like
have
a
not heard of this guy
stalkery?
before.
We have not
Nope.
heard of Burke.
This is not that guy. That was all hydroponics drama. All
Right.
hydroponics
No,
people.
there was... Erica was talking about... Oh, maybe Danica had a person?
Danica had an
person.
ex-boyfriend that broke
Yeah,
up with
that's right,
her.
that's right,
That
that's
was a
right.
pilot, so we haven't heard from them either. What's with the shutdown? Jesus, 9 days now? I've been trying to get through to the surgical pods for a week. I gave up going to hydroponics to see Sadie after they started restricting access to unnecessary personnel. So now I have to hang around product storage by the vending machines hoping to see her. But when I do, I just choke up. Damn, I'm so pathetic. I'm reading this book by Arian Sanchez. It's about the eugenics war. It's freaking amazing that we're even allowed to do what we do on the Groom Lake, what happened all those years ago. I have to hide the book, though. Dr. Milan saw me reading it in the rec room, and he went totally apeshit. Threatened to burn the book and fire my ass, so now it stays under my pillow, and I sure as hell don't take it on my rounds. Instead, I bring one of the Pangean series by W.C. Dark with me. Is that his real name? Doubt it. I love Major Plot Hole. He's incredible. Sometimes I wish I had the balls to be in the Marines rather than in engineering. I'd love to be like him. Major Plot Hole.
Cute.
That's
Major
cute.
plot hole.
Mm-hmm. Rations arrived today. Nobody is impressed. It's all emergency shit, so hardly gourmet. But man, I wasn't expecting much, but this is seriously bad. Because food's short, people are going bug fuck. People are going bug fuck. Lotus punched Malone, broke the poor bastard's nose. Steve's having trouble keeping everyone's fist off each other. I keep asking why we can't just raid hydroponics, but they keep shutting me down, especially Sadie. She looks so pissed when she sees me, but nowhere near as pissed as when she looks at Dr. Milan and Dr. Raj Kupar? She must despise me. Why didn't I just ask her out before? Because you're a coward, Burke. A dirty, stinking coward.
Get hecked.
The power went out again. I'm so freaking scared I can barely breathe. Those rumors of animals prowling around medical? Not rumors. I saw one guy ripped apart by one of those things. Couldn't make it out too well.
Ooh.
Pale skin, tails, I think. They move around like they're a pack of dogs, and they're strong. People are scared and hungry. I kept a small stash of food in my quarters. I didn't even tell Steve about it. I feel ashamed for keeping it to myself, but people are getting crazy, man. I thought it might actually be against regulation to hoard food. Miglietta would kill me if he... Milietta would kill me if he knew I had rations hidden. Come on, the guy's nuts. He practically strangled me the other day. Carswell had to restrain him. Body still freaking kills from the operation earlier. Steve was nominated to reprogram the security turrets, and the guy just went and did it. He's a hero, not like me.
Dude was alright.
Now I'm not just a coward, I'm a freaking murderer. I use those poor bastards in stasis to keep those god-awful things from getting to me. I just unlocked the stasis units and began the recovery process, so that when they staggered out of the deep freeze, those things were waiting for them. I found a product storage room that nobody was using and locked myself in. When the breach was reported, I heard the screams. I pissed myself. I fucking pissed myself. Is that any way for a real man to behave? As I ran, I saw Sadie cradling her best friend's bloodied body in the corridor. The worst freaking part isn't that it never occurred to me. The worst freaking part isn't that it never occurred to me to stop. I just hoped that they'd buy me some time, the time I needed to find a hiding place. That's who Burke Carter was. Whoever finds this, and I know somebody will, he was a coward. I just hope that the computer parts in this PDA come in handy to whoever finds this. If my hide was this useless in life, the least I can hope is that something I left behind will be useful.
Oof. Yikes, dude. PDT.
Everybody's got that data tag.
Well, good news. So I can use this stasis pod chip, maybe. Stasis pod command module thingy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is a pretty fucked situation. I don't know that I can blame anyone for hiding in a situation like this.
But opening stasis pods to draw the creatures?
That's fucked. Yeah.
Hiding, I get. Running, I get. Opening stasis pod to buy yourself some more time and these people stumble out of stasis and then immediately get their spines ripped out? Kind of fucked.
Kind of fucked. Maybe a little fucked, dude.
Maybe a little fucked, dude. It looks like it's in his arm. I think I'm pretty sure it's asking you where to inject the anesthetic. So it would be in the arm and then maybe the leg.
Let's look at some of these terminals.
Okay.
So this has this diagram.
That thing.
This goes head. And then this, I don't know, dude. What is this?
This means little to nothing to me.
Say anything? You know what? Let's save. Let's save and press some buttons. Let's conduct human experiments. What could go wrong? Arms, you say?
I mean, there's like a big red thing in the arm, right in the shoulder, so
yeah.
It seems like it, right?
The face and this are blue. Let's see, what's this do? Oh. We're selecting which chemical goes where. Okay, hold on, actually. This
looks
is
like
a
the middle
thing.
Looks like the below the rib cage.
Maybe, yeah.
HCNO. Okay, I remember it.
Okay.
The middle right there.
Oh, it's 3 squares.
It's that.
Hold on. These each have different sets of chemicals. This is the HCN.
Oh.
We set them all to 3. We'll see which one. Yeah. Okay. So this one is that one.
Okay.
Because it's the same shape for 3 little boxes.
Oh. What?
Well, see, there's 2 boxes on this.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
But this one was 3 boxes.
3 boxes.
Okay.
Head.
So 2 boxes on head is the CHCH. Yeah.
Cool. That's way easier.
Okay, and then this.
3 boxes.
3 boxes, HCSO. This one. So this is correct, and these 2 are correct. These we have no idea.
Is there no other ones available? Yeah, but we only need to hit the, like, don't we only need to use...
Oh shit, there's fucking... these 2.
What is this shit?
I have no idea.
I hate this puzzle, actually.
1,
4 for the head.
And then 3.
3. 4 for the head.
1, and then this was 3.
No, wasn't the one above it 3? Oh, was that one? I don't remember. Isn't there another diagram too? I thought there was. I thought there was more than just 3. I thought there was more.
I only see these 3. It's like we can't look in here. It's just an empty stasis pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go in there and operate, baby.
I have no idea.
Same. Save.
You got it. Cryopreservation tank.
Maybe put the oxygen tank there. I mean, it feels like it's like link them up by colors, you know.
I don't think this will fit.
What? Is it full now?
Some organic receptacle.
No,
I don't know.
still
Let's
the
put
same
this
thing.
in the organic receptacle.
Organic matter receptacle requires refined biological tissue.
Refined biological tissue? What is refined biological tissue?
Oh no.
Can I put gun?
It
No.
doesn't work like that.
Even John knows. He's like, no gun. No gun here.
Can we put this on the surgical tray? Yeah, and then I don't know what we do with that. Need like an adapter or something to hook up the oxygen cylinder. And then we need this like cryo, need the stasis fluid container to be filled up.
I love that she was like, prep the medical station.
Yeah, just do it. Go,
and we're
go,
just
go.
like, okay.
Like, sure, eventually, maybe. We just press check. No, not ready. Ugh. We're gonna have to find more diagrams somewhere.
Ugh.
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 We don't have time for this. This puzzle just needs to solve itself. Like, come on. Like, please don't make us run around even more. Isn't this enough?
Expecting a beautiful bouncy baby boy or girl? Speak to your nearest
We're filled off.
details on our enrollment plus program. You could win an all expenses paid vacation to Titan.
Can I get? Okay, well we can't get the PDT back.
Are you expecting a beautiful
Why
bouncy
doesn't
baby
this
boy
open for
or girl?
us?
Speak to your nearest
I guess we gotta remove the PDT thing from ourselves before we'll get through that door.
paid vacation to Titan. Competition.
Does this elevator do anything? No. There's this crate that we can't get into. Do we have a thing to get into that? Gun!
I don't think this will fit.
No. Fucking hell!
Are we sure there's not more diagrams around that room? Positive? I really thought there were. But maybe not.
Maybe in the storage room or something. Where the body was. Because like there's the empty stasis pod, there's the discarded stasis pod.
We'll go click on
empty stasis
all
pod.
of the clickable things.
Okay, so clicky. Guess it's this one.
Okay.
Then we go clicky. That gets us this one.
Brain one.
And clicky gets us this one. And this isn't clickable. This is the terminal. This isn't clickable. Yeah, that's it.
Dying.
Torn apart door. Anything in
I'm
here?
dying. I'm
Storage
dying. I'm
tanks?
dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. Take the legs. Take the legs.
No. No, it's one.
No. Storage crates. Nope.
This is so stupid.
This is incredibly stupid. Bloodstained environmental suits. We're just gonna slowly pan the mouse back and forth across the screen. We've reached the pixel hunting section.
Scan.
I mean, we put stuff on the, we put the goop on the surgical tray, so that part's right.
Can we not go in that other door that's like across from the
Wait, can we use the
terminal?
wires on
This is
the
crazy.
wires on this?
This should
Yeah. Put the wires around the tank, and then the tank fills.
Surgical pot is not properly prepared for the selected program.
Cool. We need some... Oh, whoops. Did not mean to click out of the game. We need some kind of refined organics, protein and fat storage. Do we have bacon?
That's just crazy.
Can we use gun? Can we use this on a stasis pod? To get stasis
Maybe
fluid?
on a broken one?
Maybe. No, that won't work.
Is there not a broken one? I thought there was.
No. I think we gotta
that
get
was like
this...
possible, right?
I think we gotta get this guy out.
No.
I don't think it's gonna... No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I think we're just gonna have to take the stuff and kill him. Like, try using the stasis pod stuff on that.
Yeah, like I
don't think this will fit.
Oh, it just didn't work. Sorry, I didn't get the reaction.
I don't think that'll
I think we're gonna have to get
okay.
him out, and then when that
Okay.
happens, we'll get the fluid.
Okay.
Let's look at this screen some more. There's nothing here. I'm not seeing any pattern to this. This only goes 1 and 2.
Maybe we use all of the ones that we have seen.
I mean, we're already using those, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, but we could like continue to recycle them where applicable. Like if we see a similar one on the like rotational screen, does that make sense? Like, have we just never seen that one before?
Haven't seen
Oh
these.
my god.
I mean, this is...
No.
I'm betting it's some of the simplest diagrams. It's probably... like... this one, because it's 4 and we haven't gotten 4 yet. Let's do this one. Ah! Fucking hell. There has to be, like, an in-the-game answer to this that isn't brute forcing it. That just wouldn't make sense. Is there, like, a hidden door here that we didn't see? No. Blood. Destroyed sentry gun.
Hey, you. Yes, you over there.
Bloodstains. Taya! Tell us what to do. Is there something down here that we missed? Some loose wires. Can we use gun on loose wires? We also have a gun. And we poured a soda on a computer.
I hate this.
Ah.
I'm looking at the walkthrough.
Okay.
And it literally is making me so angry.
Is it really obvious? Is it just we didn't pick something up that we were supposed to?
No. No.
Is it...
Hold on. I'm trying to find out. This one just says, here's what it is. It doesn't tell you where to find it. Like where to get the answer. Okay, what you're looking for here are the clues to create a chemical mixture that will revive the survivor who is in stasis. Each stasis pod has a computer display that is showing a chemical formula. These formulas also have 1 to 5 dots as a graphical cue to help identifying them. Okay. In addition, there is a syringe symbol with 1 to 4 bars next to it indicating the proper dosage. There are also graphical presentations of body parts to show which part of the body needs the formula to be applied to. If you read the 2 PDAs earlier and studied the attached notes, you'll find that they had similar markings of chemical formulas.
We have seen them before. They were in the PDAs. They were in the PDAs?
They're taped onto the PDA's notes.
Oh, fucking
like literally
hell.
taped onto it.
Oh, that's stupid.
As there were only 5 clues but 6 segments, you need to guess the last one.
So brute force the last one, yeah. Was it this PDA?
There's 2 PDAs that have notes taped to them.
Yeah, here
This
we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's this like weird squiggly
zigzag, yeah.
5 with a zigzag.
Times 1. 1 strength.
Ha. I was like, we have definitely seen them somewhere. I just don't remember where. Nope.
I mean, I can tell you which one it is if you want to know.
Which one is it?
It's the 3rd one down.
So which one was this one?
That one. Go back to it.
Oh, that's this one. Okay. This one's the head. This one. Oh, we got this one slightly wrong. And what's the dosage on this? This is 3. So this one is 3. Okay. And then the last one is in here, I think? Or was it on the other dude?
It.
Yeah, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and strength
and
4.
4.
With a C on the right and an N on the bottom. If it's 4, it's this one, and this was strength 4.
That's one you have to guess.
We just... That wasn't annoying at all. Hello.
Steady yourself. You'll be okay.
Remember how we almost died when we first got out of stasis?
Uh-huh.
Woke him up. The survivor. He didn't make it.
F.
I think I killed him. I think I did something.
Told you to leave him. He was dead the minute they froze him. You just made his death easier, simpler.
Sure, thanks. That's comforting.
I mean, otherwise he would have been in stasis forever.
You need to move before you become another dead body.
Or until,
Mercy.
Mercy. You have no idea how much mercy I have.
Okay, get over yourself.
I've been in hell.
She sucks. Don't trust her.
Made choices that got people killed.
Uh-huh, I
This
know.
isn't just about you anymore.
Well, it's not just about you
it's not
either.
just about you either, bitch.
Jesus.
I need you, John.
God, maybe if you were just like straight with us from the beginning. Dead occupant. The pale face is contorted into a horrific grimace. And cryopreservation fluid. This thick, viscous syrup is a cocktail of cryoprotectant and synthetic amniotic fluid. Fill that shit. Hell yeah. We got our goop.
Hell yeah.
Let's put the goop in the machine. Love that movie, Goop in the Machine. Alright. Cryopreservation tank. Boom.
What is not properly prepared for the selected program.
You need organics. Will you take a gun?
This isn't gonna work.
Fuck me. Do you want to just tell me what it is?
I don't know.
Can we take the legs?
I went away.
Dude, can we put the... Hey, can I put you in a receptacle?
I went away from that, from the walkthrough.
Oh, am I getting something from the guy? No. I just looked at him.
Scroll.
Ooh, intestines. What about intestines? Okay, look at the intestines. Entrails are splayed like optic cables trailing between terminals.
You have to push the body off the pod bed.
Well, but we don't have all the things.
I'm just telling you what it says to do. It says that you have everything.
Okay.
It just said that the body wasn't prepared.
No, see, because we only have 3 of 4 tanks. We don't have the organic receptacle.
Did you not? Can you not put the tissue in there?
We put the tissue on the surgical tray. Medical machinery.
Put your body parts on the surgical tray and then hammer them with your pistol.
Oh.
I don't think this will fit.
Of course.
It really does want you to be like inventory, meat item. See what happens.
You okay, John? Refined refined. Jesus.
And then put those in there.
Yay. Thanks, Sadie and Erica.
All right, get her out of there.
Yeet.
Yeet. My turn.
I'm going to have to be awake for this.
Oh, great.
Not helping.
Sorry. Okay. Just shit. Even be careful doesn't cover
Thanks,
it.
Taya.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's not like the power's gonna cut out in the middle of surgery.
Why did you say that, John?
Why would you even say that?
Seriously.
Cut into my spinal cord. I'm allowed one joke.
It wasn't very funny. I don't know that was a joke.
Deep breath.
All right.
You can do this.
You're going to have like quick time events, I think.
Oh, great. Love that for us. Oh, I should have saved.
It's probably saving for you right now.
I don't think so.
Up in the top right corner.
It's been stuck that way. The UI gets stuck sometimes.
Can you not save right now?
No, because we're loading.
Basically, it's just clicking on stuff in order and then clicking it sometimes when it goes from one color to another. And then
This should be fine. It's the worst that could happen.
There's a time limit. Yeah, so let's do it quickly.
Great.
Well, the worst that could happen is we die.
I am Robin, the automated surgical
Oh.
pod. Your physician will explain the procedure to you and offer you an opportunity
Okay.
to ask any questions. You may feel some discomfort after the procedure, such as a headache or nausea. Let your nurse know if you are uncomfortable so that you may be given medication and or other treatment.
Fun.
The brain placement begins. Warning, subject is not correctly prepared.
What?
It says top to bottom. Just go for it. Click the top one first.
I did.
You did?
Yeah. And then it changed.
Surgery program 0415 initiated.
We have to watch this shit?
Yep.
Make sure you're clicking. You have to do it fast.
I'm doing it. I thought I already did this one. Oh, I didn't. Shit. I need to be faster. Okay,
Yep.
switch.
Magnetic resonance imaging.
Oh.
Don't watch it. Literally just focus on what you're doing.
Jesus. Are you good? Are you good? Are you good?
Did you click the bottom one?
Now what? Oh god.
In order.
1.
Top. Bottom.
2. Show us the fucking thing.
3 middle.
3. Oh fuck!
3.
I clicked the 1.
4. And then next to it is 5.
5 and then 6 and then 7. I think I did it. There's the thing.
Surgery complete. Subject is deceased. Alive. Deceased. Alive. Program terminated. Have a nice day.
Oh.
Grim.
Fucking. Oh, hell no.
Well, that's it.
It's a big no thank you from me. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, it's eating the body. Are we done? Is that it? Is that the game? Credits?
Rebecca.
If only.
No. Rebecca. Run. No. Rebecca.
Jesus, dude.
Run. No. Rebecca. Run.
John.
Hey.
I'm here.
We're doing great.
I've been trying to contact you. I couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
How long was I out?
2 hours.
That's not bad. First, like, fucking spinal surgery that we had to do ourselves.
Okay. Alive. Mostly. But fuck, my back is sore.
3 decks and you'll
No shit, dude.
Woo!
You should have enough drugs running through you to keep going for a few more hours.
Woohoo! Yay, drugs!
I've never been a fan, but these are definitely the good ones.
Jesus. Okay.
What a note to end on.
Seriously, let's just pop a save right there. Woo. Well. Yeah. So that happened. Okay, we'll be back with more of this in a week, I think. Is there a thing on Monday that I'm forgetting?
Do you have a thing on Monday?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so we'll probably be finishing this next week, I think. Fingers crossed.
I'm ready to get out of this hellhole. It's like I love it, but it's like, damn.
But at the same time, like, I would be okay if it were done.
Ending it next week, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. The only other thing is if you're watching this live, I think if you're watching this on YouTube, it might be too late. But if you're watching this live, Summer may or may not end up doing a subathon soon. Potentially on the 19th.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
So if you would like to be there, you should be there. And if you would not like to be there, you should be there anyway because I told you so.
Yeah. Me too. I told you so.
If you're watching this on YouTube, it was yesterday. And actually, depending on how long summer goes,
it could be today.
There's a chance that if you're watching this as it goes up and you sprint over to her channel, she'll still be going for a couple hours. There's a chance.
Crazy stuff. Should be fun.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye, bitches.
Bye, bitches.